Mark, we got to look at you on the water out there today. Yesterday you told me you're worried that they're going to the bank, and a little lighter today than it has been for you this week. Maybe going to the bank. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I think they are. I really do. And I didn't spend enough time doing that today. I had it in the back of my mind all day, but, you know, I had some quality bites out there where I'm at. And I had where I'm starting, I would catch a big fish. And then, I could run my same type of pattern on lots of different areas
Okay.
and stumble across some 2.5 to 4 pounders.
Okay.
I'm not getting a bite on any of those other areas. So, I really don't. Today I said, well, I got to run in all of them, and hopefully I'll just get one. Well, I ran all of them and didn't get a bite. So I need to adjust what I'm doing later in the day. And I really feel like those fish that were on those points and stuff are just going more into bays and stuff like that. So I'm gonna have to utilize my same pattern, not really change that up. I'm throwing a Carolina rig and plastics and little crank, red eye shads and little crankbaits, and I'm just gonna have to do that shallower. That's all and stumble across a fish or two here and there that's pulled up to bed, hopefully.
Watching you in the water today, you seemed really concerned about that sun coming out. When it was dark and cloudy and windy, I could tell you were feeling good. You liked the conditions, but every time that sun poked through, you looked at it and you kind of gave it the evil eye.
I just can't catch them when it gets sunny. I need to be up there looking and things like that, and that's how you win tournaments. You make adjustments and pick up, add to what you're doing, and pick up a little something here and there. And I can do that. It's just that I really had them pegged, and it's just now today I'm going. It's a light's dawning on me that your peg is gone. It's over. So get over it, and get on the bank, so to speak. And if I can make something happen tomorrow, Rob, if I make the cut, if I can change up and figure a little something out, I might have a chance. But if I don't, I'm just wasting a lot of time out here, really.
Brian, same stuff for you. I know you've been kind of up north on the lake up there and all that wood and brush and everything. Same deal?
Yeah, same deal. I spent pretty much all day up there. The bite was actually better up there today. I had more bites, but a lot smaller fish. I caught probably 10 that weren't even keepers. I mean, like 13 and a half inches, and that hadn't been happening this week. I'd been catching, when you would get a bite, it was a 2.5 to 3 pounder. Mm-hmm. And today I probably had 15 to 20 bites, and 3/4 of them wasn't even keepers. So I don't know. I think they're pulling up, and just the little ones have pulled up. Hopefully some bigger fish will pull up tomorrow.
Did you stay with the slow stuff today? We're kind of along pretty good in the tournament now. You can give us any indication of what you've been fishing up there this week?
Yeah, I lost a good one on a chatterbait today, and that's really the first moving bait bite I've had. So I've been trying to start with that and cover water for the first hour or two and hope I get lucky and get a couple big bites. And today I had one decent bite on it, and I lost him, and then I had to slow back down, throwing that Demiki knockout just at any piece of wood, grass. I don't care what it is. If it's a Coke bottle standing up on its end, if it's stuck in the mud, I'm going to throw at it.
So it's a weightless type presentation?
No, I'm flipping it with a 5/16 ounce weight and just trying to cover everything slow and thoroughly, and it's boring. It sucks. But today I kind of figured out what I need to throw at. So I think I know what I need to throw at, so hopefully I can run around a little bit tomorrow and hit some more of it and cover a little more water, since I know where to kind of throw now.
It's funny to me that you call flipping a slow, tedious type of way of fishing.
Yeah, anybody that says flipping is power fishing, they're stupid. It's not power fishing. Anything you have to do with the trolling motor on 20 or 30% is not power fishing. I don't care what it is. That was for you, Morgan.
You think it ought to be like 80 or 90%?
Yeah, if it's power fishing, the trolling motor needs to be on at least 70, and you need to be winding something fast.
There you go. The definition of power fishing from Brian Thrift.
Exactly.
Thanks, Brian. Steve, my first question is, any on the old school snagless alley today?
I had like 2 bumps on it this morning, but no, I did not catch a fish. We got bluebird post-frontal conditions, and I was pretty easy talking about it yesterday because I really didn't expect it to work today. So no, I did not land a fish on it today. Okay. And honestly, I didn't catch a fish the way I caught all my fish yesterday. I've been floating the worm weightless, and I couldn't do that with the wind today, so had to put a weight on there and try to get it down in there. Ended up catching a few, but I didn't catch my 8-pounder today. So that bag looks pretty similar, just missing one fish. So.
Now, from what I understand, you're making a pretty long run, but the reward is when you get there, you don't have much company at all.
There's a boat ramp right there, so there's a fair number of boats around. But yeah, none of our tournament guys are there. And certainly nothing like what's straight across from the ramp over here. Coming in this afternoon, I was trying to find a place to fish. And, we must have seen 30 or 40 boats in there. But, no, I'm not dealing with any of that kind of stuff. And actually found a new stretch of water today where we caught 5 or 6. And, it didn't feel like anybody even fished there all week. So it's kind of cool to find something like that. But, again, they're all just keepers or maybe not even that. But.
And you like this place because it reminds you kind of, it's got a lot of cypress trees, a lot of shallow, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it definitely reminds me of Lake Eufaula back home. There's a spot there in in Patala Creek down there where those fish come in to spawn, got cypress trees, grass, stumps, all of that just, on a big flat area there. And so, yeah, the area I'm fishing, my best area is very similar to that. And so, yeah, it's comfortable fishing for sure. It's just... I'm surprised there's not more fish moved in. I've been here, I didn't get but 1 day of practice, but still I've been out there 4 or 5 days, and doesn't appear to be any new fish moving in. And the water temps, in the 60s, and you just expect them to come pouring in this time of year, and not seeing that. Kind of surprised. I don't know what's going on.
Greg, know you've been up the lake, more shallow fish, fishing up shallow, more wood type cover, and yesterday you mentioned something about a shad spawn already this early in the year. Did that happen for you today?
No, it didn't. I didn't see any sign of it. It really seems like this cold wind. Even though today, it warmed back up, boy, the wind is just killing everything. I really struggle in the wind. Typically it's just reverse of that, but here, every time I get in an area, where the wind's blowing, it just really seems to shut everything down. And one of the areas I fished in yesterday, of course, was just, the wind's been out of the south, and today it turned out of the north and blew right straight in there, and it just really seemed like it shut the bite off. So I moved around and got out of it, and caught a few fish, but I'm a little disappointed. I fished pretty good. I really haven't. I missed one opportunity yesterday, and but other than that, I fished pretty clean all week.
We're pretty late in the event now. Got 1 day left. Any baits or anything you want to mention at this point?
I'll be honest with you. Every fish I've weighed in has been on a Strike King 1/4 ounce hack attack swim jig. Heavy cover swim jig. That's all. I'm throwing a bunch of stuff. I'm throwing a pure poison. I've thrown a frog. I'm flipping a regular jig. And I'm catching some on all that stuff. But it seems like that 1/4 ounce swim jig has really been my, kind of bread and butter this week.
Especially as we get around the shad spawn, that always seems to be kind of a go-to thing, a swim jig.
It is, and it's funny. The first 2 days, I caught a big one. Both like the first morning, right off, I caught a 4-pounder on a white one, and then I couldn't get any more bites on it, and I switched back over to a brim color. And then yesterday morning, I started with the white one again when I caught a 5-pounder on it, and they quit. And then I caught all the rest of them on the brim color. And today, I didn't start with it. I went ahead and started with the brim color, and I caught a few, and then they'd wake it and wouldn't get it, and they were acting weird. And I put the white one on back this afternoon and caught my biggest fish, right before I came in. So I'm like, boy, it's just, you got to have both. It just seems like they go through a mood change daily. The weather, that's the other thing. We've had slick, cloudy weather, windy, cloudy weather, foggy, wind out of the north, wind out of the south. It's just kind of all over, but it's been that kind of year everywhere we've been. It is better than Hartwell.
Jamie, looks like it turned into your best day of the week today. Why today? What was the difference?
I think with this warm weather, I think these fish are coming to me. I've got a couple areas that they're coming in some grass, and I'm not getting a lot of bites, but they're the right ones.
So what you're doing is more an offshore deal. We've got some of these guys up on the bank around the wood fishing, doing well. Some guys offshore. You're more in that offshore camp.
Yeah, I'm offshore. I'm more in the middle of the pocket top stuff. I'm not way offshore like the points and things, but I'm setting, letting them come to me.
Hey, fishing the same kind of places every day, or are you trying new water as you go along?
I'm covering new water. I've got a couple places I've caught, fish in the same area, but it's pretty much a pattern I can just run. Get a few bites here and a few bites there. By the end of the day, though, I get 5.
Sounds good. And how many keepers did you have today versus the rest of the week?
I've been catching between 7 and 10 keepers a day. Today was no exception. I think I caught 7 fish today.
The look of your fish when you catch them, are they the fat pre-spawn kind, or are they laid out skinny post?
All the ones except for one today were fat, pre-spawn fish. I had one post-spawn fish today, so that kind of makes me think that I've got some fish coming back out to me too.
Okay. How long do you spend in each one of these areas?
I go through them pretty quick. I might spend 15, 20, 30 minutes each one and go to the next one.
Okay. And how many total spots do you have?
I don't know at the moment. I'm running new water. I mean, I may hit 10, 15 places a day.
Okay. John's still poking around up there in the brush?
Yeah, still casting around, but they started moving in today, and wasted a lot of time trying to catch fish that weren't ready, and hope I just get to go out there tomorrow and catch some of them big ones.
Tell me about what you mean by they weren't ready.
They were kind of just up there swimming around. You pull up to a bed, and it would be a 6 or 7 pound female just kind of sitting there. The bed's not even made yet. She's kind of sitting, starting to look for bucks, and I think it was like maybe where an old bed might have been, and hopefully tomorrow they'll be ready to go if I make it.
Right. And you know from sight fishing, you can kind of tell from their posture and what they're going to do, whether they're ready or not. You just didn't see a lot of that today.
Yeah, no, I really thought some of those I could have caught, and I tried, and then I just got impatient with them, and went back to fishing and caught like a 4-pounder, and missed another one. So it was kind of hard to sight fish when they're biting real well.
How much time would you say you, quote, wasted trying to work fish that you could see today?
Maybe half the day. It was pretty bad.